Thank you, 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 thank you. My fellow Nigerians, my Nigerians in the diaspora, my Nigerians in Lagos, Benin, Enugu, Kaduna, Padang is the largest of all. Right now, or as at yesterday, I did put up a little bit of a fling where I recorded something about how we're going to have what you call the foundation library of this project, which means there is a clip out there right now that is saying, okay, guys, go and look into what Asimi Koko is getting ready to do. I'm going to start with by saying that just as I said yesterday, I'm going to say it again today. There are two major problems that I identified when I came into the Nigerian airspace. It was very obvious that there were housemaids that was currently making what we call the contemporary Nigerian slave children in the entire country. Slavery is even more prevalent in the United States of America. As we speak, there are people who are enslaved inside the United States of America. It is so prevalent there that people are being brought from South America, people are being brought from India, people are being brought from America, from Africa, and they come in there and they will put them to do what you call free work without getting paid, and they will strip their humanity naked. That's also going on in Nigeria. In the United States, that did not really matter to me because when I was back there, you can read in every little corner of the street where they say, okay, there is what you call this slave trade going on inside within the United States. But in Nigeria's system, that just hit me up in my face because of the Amajura system. And I said we're going to need what we call national dialogue to that effect. That's what I said. And I also identified what you call the way money is changing hands between the people who goes into the faith-based interfaith religion, whether it is the Muslim or the Christians or the traditional African traditional religion, to which I am pulling out Ugieki as the access gateway, who has lived, and that's my grandmother, and then the Erede, which is the omnipotent, omnipresence, omniscience. So I have addressed two issues there. And I'm going today recording. Thank you all for coming in, guys. Thank you all for listening to my blah 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 blah. Thank you for listening to me. You're gonna gain. You're not gonna lose anything. And when I was today is pretty much about what you call the product, and in the product and services that I am going to be discussing, if we want to make Nigeria to work during our lifetime, you guys that are listening to me can go and learn from what I am talking about and go institute it. The difficulty with that kind of thing is that you are going to be what you call a copycat. Me too. It's different from me, who's an executive director, the chairman, who's going to make it work. And I'm going to get a lot of the benefits, but I need your help. So I want to be able to help you out. And I owe you, or also owe it to myself to make sure that I'm successful. Let me say that again. I owe it to myself to make sure that I'm successful. Because if I am successful, the whole Nigeria will be successful. Like I said, I took the issue of what you call emotional giving, and I am tying it into what you call the restoration of Erede Nokpokwo, which is going to be the omnipotent, omnipresence, and omniscience. I have already established two main flanks out there. One, I said the continuing education, which is going to address the Amajira, and I also said that the emotional giving is going to go through Erede. Now, what are the other nuggets at play? The farm. I noticed that a lot of people who are currently talking about farming don't even have no idea about going into the School of Agriculture. They were just even making fun of, I think his name is Sofai Oseni. They said he went to animal school and now he's a journalist and he's going to talk to animal, stuff like that. But what I'm saying there is that with all the commercial farms that are currently going on, with especially those who are coming from abroad, who are coming to come and do corporate farming, they are all not interested in farming. They are interested in coming to come and make money. Let me say, and I want to say, let them say, and I want to say that farming is the way to go, because there was an article I was reading yesterday which says that at this point in time, there were some professors who left universities and went to go farming, and they are making more money than anything else. For example, the person writing the article says that 60 tons of cocoa is enough to pay 600,000, which no professor out there is even making in a month. And I was going to send the article to my best friend, who is a professor, who is also in divinity, who is an agriculturalist, because he needs to know stuff like that. What did I say? What did I say? I know you don't understand what I'm saying. What I just said that is that people who are coming to come and do agricultural work from abroad are the corporate chieftain, which is what makes America farmers 1%ers. Because in Kansas City, there is a cooperative of an owner of a farm that uses what you call helicopter or uses jet to be able to fly from one end of his farm to the other. That's how big his farming is, which means he has what you call 100,000 farmers under his belt. And they are farming that thing. And when you are driving across in a street like Calabar, Lagos Expressway, you will see farm. That's what we need in Nigeria. Having what you call a solar drop off. And use the solar to pump water in a borehole and use it as irrigation. That's easy. That's easy. So, I identify the problem and I'm saying those are my product and services. And I went into what you call technology, because what I said there is pretty simple and it's pretty easy. I said the world is riding on software and hardware. And as such, all the Nigerian rich people in Nigeria, none of them have made money through what you call like Facebook owner, or like Twitter owner, or like Amazon owner, or like Apple owner. These are all technological issues. And none of these Nigerian wealthy people who are sitting on what you call a wealth effect, who are surrounding themselves with security detail, have made money through what you call technology. So I am standing on the pillar of people like Zuckerberg, people like Apple, computer, Tim Cook, and people like Amazon, to be able to say, well, I am going to be the first to make sure that anybody who is in the technological space has everything that they're going to do to make it work for them. And I also went further to say, the third issue is going to be publishing. As I just said that Twitter has a handle. and the Twitter handle is the same, called what you call a novelty, which is a book. So we need books. It's a book. Amazon is a book. Apple is a book. IBM is a book. America is a book. Nigeria is a book. So we need to start remembering that if you're not reading, you're not writing, you don't know arithmetic, we're not going to get nowhere. And I also identify another problem which I was going to address through what you call the airspace of what you call estate planning, which is going to be the real estate planning. We have our houses, and our real estate is bigger than, let me say, I don't say our real estate is bigger than American real estate. But I do remember that if you put all the other countries in lines of what you call listing of the GDP in terms of how much we have on our real estate, that would, then we are pretty close to what you call 90% will be in, which means we have all these houses and we have this road that are not constructed, and we are not able to what you call digitalize. And I mean well when I say that, which means you have to have what you call a digital warehouse, data warehousing, using what you call the most important part right now is going to be the AI. But you don't have to go to AI, because writing of an AI is a moonshot. But you can do what you call an API, which is application programming interface. That's easy through what you call Google. So I will be doing that for any of you who has what you call a bottleneck. You can come to me. I talked about Google. The last product is going to be good governance, and it's on Obi's shoulder. And yesterday I remember that I'm telling you guys to go and meet Obi and tell him that there is a boy called Azimi Koko Aziri, who is right now trying to see whether he can bring Nigeria to work during our lifetime. And I said, and I repeat, that the problem I already enumerated them. But what I have not been able to enumerate is going to be what are the solutions? And I'm just going to pop through it. I remember talking about Erede Nokpoko, yo. Erede Nokpoko, yo. Erede Nokpoko, yo. That is the same thing with what you call the Greek goddess, the Guadalupe of the South America. The deity of God himself, which is access gateway as Christ, or Allah, access gateway as being Prophet Muhammad. So in that context, I am saying that we going to have to immortalize Erede Nokpoko Yeyo. How do we do that? We're going to do it through what you call having a foundation, which is what I just put out yesterday, and I told everybody that since we're going to immortalize Erede, we are going to have to do what we call a non-for-profit. And with that non-for-profit comes the UNUS to be able to ask for what we call, how are you guys going to be able to get me to be able to do what we call a non-for-profit, an NGO. And I put it out there yesterday, said I had 28 days for people to critique. I'm going to have to shoot some articles out there. I just read today that T-Pain has flooded Times, the Daily Times, another airspace, another media outlet to talk about his 2 years success. He's been beating the drum for the past for the past 1 or 2 or 3 weeks to say that he has been very successful yet. I'm going to have to do that. Just blast the whole page, which I'm going to do. But at this point in time, I'm struggling with how am I going to be able to get the non-for-profit through the Corporate Affairs Commission in place. So you guys owe me today's subscription. You also owe me to go to 234-70-3362-7981. I'm just going to say that once. And I'm also going to repeat that. Azimi, AZIMIKOKO, 5@gmail.com. You can send me tokens, SS Kobo, in your pocket. As a matter of fact, that $2 that I was talking about 2-3 days ago in my last recording is going to be the yardstick I'm going to be using, challenging those people in the diaspora. Just send me $2, send me £2 to Ogi Soba, OGIESOBA, Adada, through Zenith Bank. Just send me $2. You know that's not going to hurt you. I can't give my account number out, but if you do want to send money to me and you want to text me and ask me for my account number, I will be glad to do that. But at this point in time, it's OGIESOBA, Adada. Have I already told you about the book? Like I already told you that we need to start reading, writing, doing arithmetic to the point where Twitter is a book. And I thought I'm going to challenge you guys to let us start writing more books so that we can get away from this dugout. I have already written 2 books. One of them is already on Amazon right now. The other one is ready. But for one reason or the other, I'm having trouble with the correlation of the pages, where 50 pages, after page 50, the page is being not rightly correlated. And I thought, I'm trying to see whether, if anyone out there has Coral Draw, or you have what you call a publishing company, give me a holler. You can do what you call a volunteer of 2 hours to help me out. You can, if you help me out, I will help you out by giving you, it could be in the pro bono, where whatever money I'm going to make, we will cut your own cut, give you your own cut. It doesn't matter what you ask me to give you, that's what I'm going to give you. I already talked about API. That's what we're going to have to do. I talked about good governance, and good governance is not going to be easy because as we speak, is it not 68 million that Tafawa Balewa asked the World Bank to build the first dam, according to Obi? I mean, 68 now is a penny for those people who are stealing the oil through fake certificate, through fake bill or lady, through certificate of that they are using what you call fake certificate. And I don't see why Nigerians do not have what you call a standard IO, which is standard input and standard output, and making everything digital. I have written 2 books, and I want you guys to start thinking about how you're going to buy the book. And one of them is Guide to Goddess. It's already on Amazon. And there's another one called Dreams Beyond Borders, turning vision into reality. That's a big one. Thank you. Thank you. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh me, oh. Ah, emi wa, one para one oh, emi oko, emi oh, emi oko, emi.